It's finally raining. It's wet.
Yeah, you picked a pretty good time to come back.
Yeah, this is so exciting. Actually, it's not bad.
It's terrible, actually.
Oh, it's colder than I thought.
Is it?
Oh, way colder. I thought it would be like Florida water. He's happy as could be.
He loves water so much.
You guys are about to see a whole weekend full of bike riding. I tried to film as much as I possibly can. You're gonna see exactly what went down for me at the Bentonville Bikefest. So guys, I finally made it to Bentonville, Arkansas for the Bentonville Bikefest, and I could not be more stoked to be here with the Mongoose Bikes crew. There's so many people here, and there is every type of bike discipline here, which is so much fun to watch. Like, there's trials going on over here. Logan Martin's sending front flips on the dirt jumps right now. They're doing enduro rides in the woods, and in just about 1 hour, I have to do a cross-country eliminator race. So I brought my cross-country bike, and basically they line you up 4 wide, and it's like a 2-minute lap. So it's basically like a sprint, and the 3rd and 4th place get eliminated from each race, and then the top like 32 or 36 move on. So this is just gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not really looking to get in any certain place or anything, but I just wanted to be a part of the event, and I figured the best way to start it off would be this cross-country race. So we have a huge weekend ahead of us, a lot of BMX riding and a lot more mountain bike riding. So I'm gonna show you guys around, and hopefully this will inspire some of you guys to take the trip to the Bentonville Bike Fest in the upcoming years, because it's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you to Mongoose for getting me out here and giving me all these crazy bikes to go have some fun on. So let's go explore and see what we can find at the Bentonville Bike Fest. Look who I just found at the Bentonville Bike Fest.
Hello, we're out here celebrating cycling with all these marvelous people out here.
You stoked on this right now?
Yeah, first time here. I've been taking laps around the whole venue. It's super cool to see
all the vendors and everything
taking over. And
what are you most excited for?
I don't know, just riding big bikes, hanging out. Anything, yeah.
And I think we're going mountain biking on Sunday, so I've never seen Kevin Peraza on a mountain bike.
We'll go get sketchy out there. I'll follow you because I don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. A lot of Mongoose stuff that we'll be doing this weekend, from the Mongoose Am Jam to all the demos and exhibitions. And
yeah, we have a huge day tomorrow at the Mongoose Am Jam. That is going to be like the best time, riding with all the kids, riding every type of bike, and riding the coolest jumps that I've probably ever ridden. It's just an awesome time.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool. We're out here to inspire the next generation of kids. Grab a bike, get your friends out, and go have some fun.
Hey, what's up? Matty Cranmer here. Y'all work.
That was really good. Nailed it.
So Matty doesn't really enjoy doing these voiceovers at all, so I figured I wouldn't make him do it and I would take over right now. But Matty's doing a practice lap on the elimination course, and so far this track is really cool looking. The fact that there was like rollers on there, then you go into a downslope, then you go into these really tight grass turns. It's like pretty crazy. It looks like a lot of fun to do, but you can see the track is very tight, and you gotta remember that this is going to be designed to have multiple people on it at once. And look at this, there's a bunch of rocks that you come flying over, and then like as you go into this valley, you're starting to head uphill, they have these logs that are buried into the ground halfway that you have to hop over. And it's definitely a thing that Matty, being a BMX rider, this is going to be his advantage for sure. But as he makes this left corner, you could tell his speed drastically is slowing down. And we actually decided to speed it up because it was kind of boring. But Matty's going to explain the race to you right now.
The cross-country eliminator event is about to start in just a couple minutes. Basically, it's going to be a big time trial, so you do 1 lap as fast as you possibly can. The lap is like 30, 40 seconds long. It's not very long at all. And then that is going to be for seeding in the actual event. In just a second, I'm going to get up there and then go give it my best shot and see how fast of a lap I could get on this course.
We'll get you started in 10 seconds when he fires that gun.
Yeah, that definitely was not 10 seconds. It was like 3 seconds, but Matty is ready to go. Now this is the time trial, so it's just gonna be him on this course. Look at him ripping through the rollers, jumping the second set. This is a lot different than the practice lap. He's bringing some serious speed around here. And right now he actually has a GoPro that's on his side of his handlebar, and it's doing a really good job actually coming around these corners. I'm actually really impressed with it. But look at the speed he's bringing down this rock area. Almost flips the bar, starts pitching forward there. But all the Mongoose guys were on that spot cheering him on. So you'll see in the rest of the videos, they're gonna get super loud for him. But look at the speed over the top of these logs coming up to this uphill part. This is looking pretty rough, but he actually did stand up and he actually brought some serious power through here. Now the thing is, you're doing this time trial and you're trying to get as good of a time as possible because they do actually cut like 30 riders. So you gotta make sure that you get in the top 30 to move on.
these things. That's what y'all wear?
Yeah.
Good. You look real good.
You look good out there.
That was hard. So pretty cool. I ended up qualifying second in the time trial, so that puts me into the 5th heat. And just gonna send it 2 laps, and it's gonna be really hard. This is gonna change everything. So see what's gonna happen right now.
So on this race, Matty's starting on the outside. There's actually 3 other people lined up next to him. And look at, he got the whole shot. He actually was the first person into the first turn, and he didn't hold back at all. And Matty, being as competitive as he is, like, he wants to just try to push himself to the limit, and just look how fast he's going. He is ripping around these corners, but he's in complete control. Now, he was telling me that at this point, like, he could tell that there's people behind him. He was getting like pressured, so he was bringing his A game, but not using as much energy as he possibly could, because he actually had to do a 2nd lap on here. This is only the first of 2 laps, but you'll see as time goes on, it definitely gets difficult for him. But he is in control right now, coming around to the finish line on lap number 1. But this is the hardest part of the course. You have to stand up, battle uphill. You know, it's nice and it's hot outside. It's a lot of people around there, so cheer Matty on. So he's definitely bringing his A game. But look at the speed difference. He like barely even made it over that jump. He actually manualed it instead of jumping it. But so right at this point, he said that he couldn't hear anybody behind him. He said he couldn't hear the cassette or anything. So he felt pretty good. He felt like he could get in the top 2 at least, because that's the goal. You just got to be in the top 2. So there's no point of trying to win the race if you can get in the 2nd. But you got to remember that if the 3rd place guy is right there with you, you have to rush to the finish line. But Matty is riding so good right now, and he is absolutely loving this. He's so excited for the rest of the race, because he knows that he's got a winning hand right now. But this is when things make a turn for the worse. Yeah, so Matty actually just snapped his chain. The master link gave out. There's the 1st place guy going past him. He's actually running with his bike, trying to get it across the line so he can qualify. But there goes the 3rd place guy, and Matty's day is officially over right now. He's got his bike on his shoulder. Everybody was cheering him on, and he said even though things, you know, went terrible, right? The chain broke, he was still really proud of the day and had so much fun.
Hey, for 100 bucks.
Thanks. That was fun. Should have did a couple more running miles for this.
Yeah, it was really awesome to hear so many people that were supporting Matty, especially people that didn't, know Matty personally, like that he was just meeting there. So I'm really happy for him, because it seemed like he had an awesome time.
I led the whole race, was on the finish straight away, and I was like, well, let me separate between 2nd place, and I banged up like 3 gears, got into a real hard pedal, and my chain just went. So I know I don't have it on film too good, but I hope somebody else has got it. But either way, that was a really fun first cross-country eliminator race, and unfortunately I got eliminated. I tried to run it across the line, did whatever I can, and kind of just let everyone go so I'd get last place purposely, and it was just funny. So I had a really good time. Thanks for Lee for doing all this behind me and cheering me on the whole entire time. He's a nice guy. I had like a whole cheering crew as I came down the hill and across the rock garden, so that was pretty sweet. So it's now Saturday, the day of the Mongoose Am Jam, and we are here at the rail yard. This place is in Rogers, and it is such a treat. I came here last month and got to ride some of these lines, and basically it's just a free public concrete trail section. So everything is like paved and just multiple jump lines and cool wooden features and all this just unique stuff. So excited to be here for the Mongoose Jam, and right now we're currently just setting up, putting some stickers on the ramps and everything. For now, I'm gonna give you guys a course preview and just kind of show you around just a little bit, and then once the jam starts up, it's gonna start filming and see what kind of chaos we get into. There's gonna be tons of people here and just everyone having a really good time on bikes.
So this is the big line. As you could tell, it's got like a wooden lip, then it goes to like a concrete, like paved area right here. This is like a pump track area, because like you can see the company that makes the pump tracks, they're actually the ones that go around the country and make them. So this is a high quality pump track. But Matty was saying that these jumps were really, really fun. He said they weren't like too difficult. Like they were like just to the point where like they felt big, but they were, you know, forgiving. Like they didn't feel like too dangerous. Like anybody, you know, that's like getting into riding and jumping and stuff, you can start from the bottom here and work your way up and have a really good time. So this is the medium line. This one is a little bit smaller than the big line, and these are just straight jumps. It looks like so much fun. It's really cool. At the end of it, there's like a nice little wall ride that you could turn around on and head back. And Matty just said this place was the real deal. He said he had so much fun riding here. And here's some footage that actually Dan Foley was working for Mongoose, and he filmed for it. So here's another angle to show you what the jumps look like. So here's another clip of a train that Matty was doing. It's just really cool having the rider in front of him. This is a guy that he was hanging out with there. He said it was really cool and he had a really good time, but definitely some bonus BMX footage for you. And here's just a run of Matty ripping through here. Nice truck driver over the first jump, switch bar over the second, and a backflip on the third. So Mongoose actually brought a bunch of product to give away at their jam that they did. And right here was a whip challenge. So if you were doing whips over it, they were giving out free stuff, which is kind of cool. But he said the kids were having so much fun hanging out with everyone and riding. And it's just really cool to see BMX just come together. And also bigger bikes too. He said there's a bunch of dirt jumpers there.
Mongoose Jam has been popping off. We've been doing so many runs with all the kids, all ages, all bikes. It's so rad. Brandon on the mic, crushing it right now. Yes, Lee's giving me a paycheck. This is great. I got $5. Never mind. This place is crazy. This is the top of what they call the castle, and it is just endless mountain bike lines off of it. These crazy, crazy roll-ins everywhere into giant jumps. And that's the squad plotting.
So this was like a bonus day that they had where all the BMX guys got on the mountain bikes and just cruised around and had fun. He said everybody just had such a great time hanging out here in Arkansas. And like there's these multiple different spots. Like this is a different one right here. Here's Matty ripping on the bigger bike. You can see that Matty's on the red bike. That's actually not his bike that he brought. The black one was his, but since this one was sized a little differently, Matty was actually spending time on this one and letting Kevin Peraza ride the other one, but Matty was still killing it, especially with this one-footed table. That's awesome. So the team was actually out on an adventure. They were exploring around on the mountain bikes and trying to get some cool footage. They're actually going to be making a video as well. You can see Dan Foley, BMX rider, amazing BMX rider on the yellow bike right there. He's just a fantastic job filming. So I'm really excited to see what that footage looks like. But
eyeing up the drop over there. Got to do all these S-bends to climb all the way to the top of this neighborhood. And then it's just like a downhill park. That's somebody's house right there. That's people's houses. You just start there and drop in on all of this. The neighborhood. The mongoose in a tree and the start of a jump line. That's crazy.
So here's the whole gang doing a train on this pretty big jump right here. See Matty's leading the way. There's Kevin, Brandon, there's Lee. There's Nikita right there.
So Kevin's been riding my bike and he ended up getting a flat tire on one of the last jumps. So I gave him the other mongoose and I'm gonna try and ride a flat tire all the way down the side of this mountain. We got this, Dan. I'll follow you. Bad idea. Bad idea. Oh my God. Dan Foley with a camera on a mountain bike. All right, wish me luck. Lee said if you ruin the rim, no problem. So
if you look at this path right here, like if you would have fell off the side of this, you would have been in some serious trouble.
People are jumping out of the tree. I'm not doing it. And this water is like 30 degrees. So this will be exciting, but pretty sick.
And in typical Florida fashion, it's dry and sunny and blue. That was like 23 minutes total. And it went from like a hurricane to doesn't look like it's rained in a year.
It's so nuts.
Strange. This place is so strange. That's why I'm going to Arkansas. You know, just I want that predictable weather. You know, that's what I'm looking for in my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
One thing I want to talk about is my bikes that are over here. My BMX bike, I wanted to ride it. I actually went riding when you were gone by myself. Met up with a friend of mine. and I was having an awesome time at Naples, but my tire is on the verge of blowing out, so I had to order a new tire. So hopefully I'll come in the next day or so.
Yeah, we got to get that swapped, especially when we're cutting laps soon, you know?
I know.
You don't want the speed to blow the sidewall out.